States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now call this meeting of the Fairfield Town Council to order. First order of business is public announcements. Details may be found at www.fairfieldme.com. Number one, the MSAD number 49 school budget validation referendum election will be held at the Community Center on July 23rd, 2019. Our second order of business is public hearings. There are no public hearings scheduled for today. We will move on to our third order of business, which are public comments. Members of the public may speak to the council on any item or reserve the right to speak on a specific item that is on the meeting agenda when the item is addressed. And we do have a 3-minute time limit on public comments. Is there any member of the public who wishes to speak at this time? Seeing none, we will move on to our fourth order of business, which is staff reports, staff and committee reports. We'll start with the town manager report.
So other than the large monthly report that you already received in your packet, my report's relatively short, but I did want to update you and let you know that this morning we did receive the copy of our DEP permit for our minor revision on our landfill for the solar project. So now the only permit left for them to get is their actual building permit. So that's perfect. Everything's going along perfectly with that. And then I'll slide into the economic community development report. Just to let you know that we will be looking to, the Economic Community Development Committee would like to request a new round of funds for the 19-20 year for the facade marketing program, because we've basically almost exhausted all the funds that we currently have. So that request will be coming to you for your next meeting. It would be an additional 30,000, like the 30,000 we did the last time, coming from the TIF districts. And because we've done 4 grant applications at this point, and hopefully it will use all of our money, and it's a match for $51,000 worth of investment in the community. So that's a really good piece. And also we have a line on a potential artist for a mural that could potentially be located here in town. We're still working on the details of that, and we've got some grants that we'll be applying for to fund that. So it's kind of exciting. So good. And that's it for me.
Are there any other staff or committees that wish to report? Seeing none, we'll move on to our fifth order of business. To waive the reading of and accept the minutes as printed or amended for meeting number 2019-12 held on June 26, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. And just for clarification, I'm going to take this a motion in a second for the minutes that were printed and promulgated to us. My understanding is there were a couple of typographical but non-substantive errors that were corrected in this that were not in the electronic version.
Yeah.
So is it acceptable that we are considering the minutes as printed?
Yes.
All right. And is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? There's one abstention. The minutes are approved. The sixth order of business, to approve the treasurer's warrant number 79 in the amount of $96,544.29.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? That motion passes. The next item is to approve the treasurer's warrant number 2 in the amount of $72,159.71.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? That motion carries. Seventh order of business, to take action on the following items of business. Item number 19-64, order that the town council hereby signs MSAD number 49 district budget referendum election warrant.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? And just so people are aware, this is the formality by which we promulgate the warrant to hold an election. So there's no further discussion. I'll call for a vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? That motion passes. Item number 19-65, order that the town council hereby adopts comprehensive updates to the town personnel policy effective July 1st, 2019.
So moved. Second.
So motion and a second. These are the changes that we have discussed in the past. Is there any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? That passes. Item number 19-66, order that the town council hereby authorizes the town manager to negotiate the purchase of municipal streetlights from Central Maine Power and to sign a contract with Affinity LED Lighting LLC for streetlight conversion with funds up to $200,000 to be expended from the PERC Monies CD account.
So moved.
Second.
So motion and a second. So this is an item that we put onto this agenda after our presentation last week that we're not here for, but hopefully you've been able to receive the materials. Is there any discussion on this point? Seeing none. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? That carries. Item number 19-67, order that the town council hereby approves the purchase of firearms from Interstate Arms in the amount of $8,589 with funds to be expended from the Police Equipment Capital Reserve account.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? That motion carries. Item number 1968, order that the town council hereby approves the purchase of 3 dual 2 antenna radar systems from Stalker Radar in the amount of $6,814.50 with funds to be expended from the Police Equipment Capital Reserve account.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Is this a upgrade from the current one they have or
Right.
new?
I will recognize the chief to answer that question for you.
Yes, it is an upgrade. The current radars, in the 2016 on model years of the Fords, there's been some compatibility issues, and we've spent a ton of money trying to get those fixed. We've rerun wires, we bought new equipment to house them. We just can't get them to operate correctly because of the new style vehicles. We purchased one of these when we bought the 801 car, our newest cruiser, and it works very well. The plan was to upgrade these as we purchase new vehicles, but they've gotten so bad that it's just time to do something with them.
Are there any further questions or discussion?
It's an issue of safety that they do get it, so.
Correct.
All right. Anyone else? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries. Item number 19-69, order that the town council hereby approves the purchase and installation of 4 onboard cruiser cameras and 4 body-worn cameras from WatchGuard in the amount of $25,800 with funds to be expended from the Police Equipment Capital Reserve account.
So moved.
Second.
So motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? That motion carries. Item number 1970, order that the town council hereby approves the purchase of 6 sets of turnout gear from Fire Tech and Safety in the amount of $11,370 with funds to be expended from the Fire Equipment Capital Reserve account.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
This is, Dwayne, this is just new.
Just to
This-
replace one element.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anything else? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Item number 19-71, order that the town council hereby approves the purchase of 50 SCBA bottles from Fire Tech and Safety in the amount of $42,500 with funds to be expended from the Fire Equipment Capital Reserve account.
So moved.
Second.
So motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? That item carries. We'll now move on to our 8th order of business, council workshop and other business. The first item is to discuss the MSAD 49 Collaborative Forum. As you may recall, this was an item that we discussed at our last meeting and extended an invitation to the school board chair to determine whether it would be helpful or effective to have our school board members come and have a conversation about some input we had received from the public regarding the school board, and I will read the following message that was received from the school board chair. To the Fairfield Town Council, thank you for the invitation to attend the Fairfield Town Council meeting. I learned last evening that you have listed an agenda item for tonight's council meeting. Unfortunately, I cannot attend tonight's meeting as I have a prior engagement in Brunswick this evening. It is my understanding that the council has received some complaints regarding certain MSAD 49 school board members. As chair of the MSAD 49 school board, I respect that the council wishes to address the concerns of its citizens and that it has a right and responsibility to ensure compliance with its charter and its code of conduct. As a separate and independent legal entity, the school board has an interest in understanding and attempting to address the concerns raised by members of the school community in accordance with our citizen complaint procedure and in compliance with the laws that govern the operation of the school system. I am open to having you send the complaints you have received to me so that the school board can work to address them. However, given the legal differences between the council and the school board and the different codes and policies in play, with discussion with legal counsel at this time, I have come to believe that a joint meeting or forum to address the complaints is not the best approach to address the concerns in a manner that respects the rights and interests of each entity and the individuals involved. Please do not hesitate to call me with any questions. Sincerely, Sean Knox, MSAD number 49, School Board Chair. So with that, I will accept that Mr. Knox has declined the invitation to have a collaborative forum, and I will simply comment that members of the public who have raised concerns, and there certainly have been quite a few, should direct those concerns to the school board, but they are, of course, free to reach out to elected officials as they see fit. With that, I will say that we just simply don't have an authorization to conduct a forum regarding the school board, and so that will not happen tonight. With respect to that, we'll move on. We will move on to other council business, and councilors can did not reserve the right to speak and been told by your chair that this conversation won't be happening. I'm sorry?
Sorry, I should have reserved the right to speak, but if I could have 2 minutes?
Well, I will leave that to the discretion of the council. I will make a motion that we recognize Mr. Rednicki to speak for, and I'll say 3 minutes that you would have received during your public comments. Is there a second?
Second.
So motion and a second. All in favor of allowing the comments? All right, you will be allowed to speak for up to 3 minutes.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. I was not sure what was going on as far as the workshop goes because I wasn't made aware until seeing it on the agenda, so it was not made aware to the board, so I just assumed I'd have that opportunity at that time. However, the only thing I want to say at this time is I have a couple things that I need to give the council.
Okay.
One is on my behalf, one is on the behalf of Tim Martin and Caroline Lawrence.
All right.
Okay,
I know she need them. Erin, if I can give you.
Certainly.
we can pass
I'm
that.
going to pass that. Thank you.
There's just one of that, give it to Erin, we'll take those afterwards anyway.
All right.
You will find that those are the resignation letters of 3 board members. We have decided that based on the events since April, that the board is non-productive, and it's been, there has been continuous harassment against certain board members for just trying to do what we are elected to do. And we have chosen at this time to leave the board as hoping that the council here will appoint some people that can represent the town of Fairfield and probably hopefully bring the board back together, because right now there are towns, the smaller towns in the district are basically running the show, and they're not, and they're getting a lot of behind the scenes help, and they've empowered students and teachers and the public to speak more than what even you yourselves here at this council allow people to do. And in that case, there's been a lot of harassment and other things going on among us. And we've decided it's in the best interest of the board and the students to step down at this time. So thank you.
Thank you. So with that, I have received, and I will not read these at length, but they are a matter of public record if people wish to request them. I do now have in my possession letters of resignation from Shelley Rudnicki, Carolyn Toto Lawrence, and Timothy Martin. I will just note for the record, Mr. Martin's letter is not signed and he's not here, but I will be in contact with him. But given that we are in receipt of written letters of resignation, I believe it is now incumbent on the council to declare vacancies for these positions. Is that correct?
I don't know if you actually have to officially declare, I think you have to vote to accept their resignation, and then you would open it up to your...
So I'm going to, in the interest of just making sure our record is clear, I'm going to set aside Mr. Martin's letter for now until we can establish contact with him on this point, because his letter is not signed and he's not here to confirm it. However, as to the two letters that are signed and have been delivered by the school board members who are here, I would accept a motion. I'll start with declaring a vacancy with respect to the seat currently held, or accepting the resignation, rather, of Shelley Rudnicki from the MSAD 49 school board.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of accepting the resignation? That motion carries. As to the resignation of Carolyn Toto Lawrence from the MSAD 49 school board, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. I will point out, Mr. Lawrence, you are
Abstain.
likely required to abstain in this matter.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Sorry.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? One abstention. All right. And I will set aside Mr. Martin's letter and we will deal with that at our next meeting. So with that, there are now 2 and likely to be 3 vacancies on the school board. I want to thank the members who came here today and made the tough decisions that they believe are in the best interest of the district. Thank you for doing so. And we will obviously have a difficult, some difficult choices to make in filling these seats and making sure that we do so in the way that best serves the interest of our community. And again, I just want to thank everybody who came here today, and thank you all for your courage and your discretion in this matter.
Can I address the board?
You certainly can.
Since my wife just resigned from the school board, I've been holding back since April. There was a lot of disgruntled on the board there. Just dysfunctioning of school members, and grievance letter from Sean Knox. I would like to make a motion that we let the town manager discuss with the selectmen from Albion, Benton, and Clinton to get a meet together with all of us and the school board to talk about what's going on. Because I think that would be best interest for the students, the faculty, and staff of SAD 49.
So, just so I understand your motion correctly, would be a motion that we direct the town manager to attempt to set up a meeting of all of the elected officials for both the various councils and select
Correct.
boards of
And
the
this would be
district
just
and the
with the
entire school
boards.
board.
With the boards, the school board, no public.
I don't believe we could have a meeting
Oh.
without the public.
Okay, we can have that. I just
Has to
like
be
to
a public
have,
meeting.
just like to have that
Had to.
Okay.
for the students.
All right, so that is the motion. Is there a second to that motion?
Yes, there is. I
There's a
second the
motion and a
motion.
second. Is there any further debate on that?
No.
I would point out that the letter we received from Mr. Knox declining to meet with us in the informal way that we were going to suggests to me that that may not be an effective invitation. However, you know, I think that
I agree.
what has been going on, and you know, obviously what's happened here tonight suggests the seriousness of the situation. I am not against trying again, and I will likely support this motion, but I am doing so with the grain of salt that we were unable to have an informal discussion with part of the board about the interests specific to our community, and so I guess I'm not encouraged by that to believe that we will have a broader meeting with
Well,
more parties.
Can I say something? Even if one particular person doesn't show up, does not mean that the rest of the people that are in the head of those communities won't. I mean, one person won't make that much of a difference, will it?
Well, if that person is the chair of the school board, I think that their participation becomes, their decision on whether or not to participate gives it official or unofficial character in a certain sense. That said, I am not against extending the invitation.
I think we should.
I think that it's not a bad idea. I'm just pointing out that I'm not convinced that it will be met with a different response than we've already
We'll
received.
see. We'll
Right.
see.
Is there any further discussion on this point?
No.
Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? All right, with that motion does carry. I will now, we'll move on to other council business, and I will start with Mr. Pashadi. Do you have any other business tonight?
No, I was just gonna say the budget referendum election is on July 23rd, but there are, people can go to the town halls and vote now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wait till the
Absentee.
23rd.
Absentee
You can go to the town clerk, and she'll provide you with ballots.
Thank you. Mr. Lawrence, do you have anything else tonight?
I attended the budget meeting last night after the first one failed. And this was like an increase of 2,000 plus, 200,000 plus. So I thought I'd just bring that up.
Wait, this budget is an increase of 200,000 on the last one they proposed?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Which I have copies if the council wants to look at.
So, with respect to that, you know, last time the budget was proposed, we did have a brief discussion about whether the council should take a position on the school budget. We didn't at that time. I understand that this budget is a different budget, and so I would treat it as a, you know, obviously a substantially different matter to debate and talk about whether we want to take action on that. That said, you know, as we had decided not to before, I'm not sure that inserting ourselves now into to the questions of policy at the school board level is our best option. However, certainly we are welcome to discuss among ourselves and with the public what our views on that are. Are you asking for a motion that the
No, just
council
making a
take a
suggestion.
position?
Just making a suggestion, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ms. Boos?
Yes, I would like to extend a very big thank you to Rescue. They were at my house yesterday in a matter of minutes. Very fast, very effective. Fairfield they rock, they really do. My husband took a bad fall, second one this week, and I got Lifeline, so I'm on it, but they responded very, very quickly and very professional. Obviously, they've had very good training from their chief, and I thank you as well.
Ms. Chandler?
Nothing for me tonight.
And tonight, you know, this has been a short meeting, but it has certainly been a momentous and important one. I do want to sincerely extend to our outgoing school board members my thanks for your service as members of this community. And again, thank you for your courage and discretion in doing what you felt was necessary to best serve your community here tonight. I know that is not an easy decision for any of you.
Not
and
at all.
again, I want to thank you for taking part in the steps to heal our community tonight. With that, there does not appear to be any other business for tonight's agenda. So there had been an executive session scheduled, but my understanding is we do not have the documents necessary to proceed on that.
We do not.
All right, so the next regular meeting of the Fairfield Town Council will be on Wednesday, July 24th, 2019. At this time, the council will recess and sign all documents that require the signature of council members.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second for recess. Is there any opposition? Seeing no opposition to the recess, you are opposed to the recess?
No. I
Okay.
was voting for recess. Sorry.
Nobody's
Okay.
opposed.
Then,
Okay.
if there's no opposition to the recess, we are in recess.
I don't want to.